through Detroit. It's the 49ers and the Lions, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 24.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Coming up, a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a potential classic in store. As it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Detroit Lions. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the...
To Las Vegas for Super Bowl 58. Not a bad prize as we are underway in the NFC Championship game. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at the veteran.
And now in the championship game as they try to close out a perfect 19-0 season. Of all the toughest one. If they find a way to win it, guess what the next one will be? The toughest one they played. That's what happens when you have a perfect record on the line.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And now off to the races down the right side. He may go. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. 68 yards. And the Lions have struck first in this NFC title game. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. Leading them out, someone who took the league by storm last year is the most famous Mr. Irrelevant ever. From Iowa State, it's Brock Purdy.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Romeo Okwara in on the tackle.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find the hole.
Here's 3rd and 9. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Aiden Hutchinson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Under pressure, they got him again. Now we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there was a 49er who's in some discomfort. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. pressure gets to him again. Derek Barnes, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. Rush cut. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and find a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. And it's taken in at the 9. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Rolling to his right.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Looking to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
Powering forward.
And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 30.
Took a heck of a chance there, didn't he? Result-based business, we know that. That result was positive for him. But, oh my goodness, how close was that to being negative?
Well, because you're essentially in the shadow of your own end zone there to go for. I get it if it's late 4th quarter. Well, it paid off. I guess the end justifies the means, right?
It certainly does. Had to be more than a gut feeling there. Had to be just total confidence they would pick it up.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
These guys running back out of the backfield. He's to the 15. Touchdown!
A big play there. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Lions are able to widen their advantage.
Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2. Now a toss going left. And he is up and over for the 2 points. They get the conversion, and Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
And work with me here. Is this overhyped or not? You've got a warm weather team on the road in January, and it's cold. What's the deal? Is that a factor or is it not a factor?
I think a lot of it depends on the personality of your head coach and how you prepare for things. And some things you just can't prepare for. If you're coming from a warm weather site, you can't make it cold enough like it is here in this ball game. But what you can do is just tell the guys, dress for the weather, and then play like we always play. And as the game goes along, typically those guys out there playing, you warm up enough that it really shouldn't affect you quite the same way. Now, if that's all you talk about, if you put that in the heads of your players, it'll affect them in a big way.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Got a man. That's Ayuk.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now on to punt.
Fielded at the 33. And running with power here. A solid stiff arm. A good return there. 17 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 17-0 our score after 1. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jason Kabenda,
15 yards.
And the Lions continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And a rout is on here in this 1st half.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Niners set to take over on offense.
They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10.
Purdy.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Julian Okwara.
Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Purdy now on 2nd down.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Throwing here, Purdy. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
The previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. Wishnowsky on to punt as he sends this one away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Detroit. 51 yards there on a return punt. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
30 now to throw off the play action.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And taken at the 46. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And Detroit getting set to go now.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us. And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Two minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Second and 11 now.
Delay of game. Offense.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
A tough spot here, 3rd and 15.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Purdy to throw it on 1st down. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Quick throw there is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of first. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And take it right on the 30. Breaks through the contact. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. A give to the fullback on the dive. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And that's a nice gain by him on 1st down, picking up some key yardage.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. On the give, this is their fullback. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows it a week for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
In the Battle of the Sea, he will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the AFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the Denver Broncos squaring off against the Cincinnati Bengals. Our 2 squads making their final adjustments prior to the second half kick. Which team will be the one standing as NFC champions at the end? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw, Purdy. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Play action. Now Purdy. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Shotgun now with Purdy. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Julian Okwara.
Able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll try and run with their fullback. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And they'll run it here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And finally they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 12-yard line. The fullback comes through with a big play there. Give him 55 yards on the ground.
And how about that on third down? So many different directions an offense can go. Throw it out wide to the receivers. Get it to their speedy running back. They changed up everything.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jason Kabinda, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Riley Patterson to kick off for the Lions.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up fourth down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Detroit's offense ready to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
And they'll go on the ground. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 10 more there and another first down.
That guy's going to want the football a whole lot more. I'd hate to be the offensive coordinator now because all he's going to say is, how come I'm not touching it more? Do you see me out there moving around, wiggling and making it happen? Give me the ball, coach.
1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 9, 2nd and 5. And they'll run it here. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Delay of game.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 2nd down.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. They'll go with a keeper. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Hey, give him credit. That's a good, solid game there on the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He'll wind up getting 2 on the sneak, but he was hoping for more than that, and it's 4th down. You know what? I know it's 4th down and they've got a big lead, but go for it.
Yeah, and why not, right? Because they have the big lead. But don't you have to have a little bit of admiration for these guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've been shoved around this entire game, and they're making a nice goal line stand here. It would be fun to see them stop them on 4th down, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's like putting whipped cream on broccoli at this point.
So what you're saying is they're going to go for it on 4th down. They're going to get it, aren't they?
I would. They start on the ground with and he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And 1st and goal is what it will be at the 6-yard line. Excellent field position. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. It's a quarterback sneak. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll go with a keeper. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Patterson now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. And he's brought down getting this one up to about the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Push up front.
Purdy from the gun. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Lions will take over.
And Detroit back in possession of the football. And you can bet that they are starting to sense it now. That George Halas trophy nearly theirs. Their spot as NFC champions oh so close as they try to finish this one off.